Good afternoon. At this time, please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and then remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice for all. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and Fairless High School community, welcome to a celebration of excellence, dedication, and the embodiment of what it truly means to ascend to greatness. Today we gather in honor of two remarkable individuals, Simmons Szerszen and Mike Popovich, as we induct them into the Fairless High School Hall of Honor. Becoming an elite individual is no easy feat. It requires not only talent, but an unwavering dedication to honing that talent. It necessitates thousands of hours of practice, a passion that fuels fire within, and an unyielding grit to weather storms, a mindset of radiating positivity, and the arduous yet rewarding path of intense training. Moreover, it often involves the guidance and support of mentors who believe in one's potential and help steer their journey toward greatness. Allie and Mike both embody these qualities. Their journeys, though different, share a common thread: dedication, sacrifice, and an unrelenting pursuit of their dreams. Their stories are not just inspirational, but a testament to the potential residing within each and every one of us. As we celebrate their induction into the Hall of Honor, let us not only honor their achievements, but also reflect on their virtues and their qualities that have led them here. Let their success be a beacon, guiding us to embrace the values of hard work, perseverance, and the unyielding spirit to soar. Congratulations, Allie and Mike, for becoming the epitome of excellence and inspiration. Your names are now forever etched in the history of Fairless High School, serving as guiding light for generations to come. Mrs. Weyandt.
Good afternoon. The Distinguished Fairless Falcon Award Committee exists to annually recognize the outstanding Fairless individuals that have achieved distinction in their lives and/or chosen fields after high school through significant contributions to their careers, the community, and personal achievement. So the purpose of the Hall of Honor is threefold. Number one, to recognize and honor alumni, faculty, staff, non-graduates, and community members who have brought honor to the Fairless local schools. Number two, to establish in the hearts of our youth a motivating influence to excel. And number three, to foster pride, scholarship, preserve good sportsmanship and citizenship in our school, city, and community. So those who receive the Distinguished Fairless Falcon Award will become members of the Fairless Hall of Fame. So at this time, it is our pleasure to share with you a video presented by our Falcon Media students.
First inductee is Allyson Simmons Szerszen. Ally graduated from Fairless High School in 2014 and went on to the Ohio State University, where she earned a bachelor's degree in special education while competing as a D1 college athlete. Not only was she the first female athlete in the history of Fairless to earn a state championship, but she won twice. In college, she continued her legacy of being a determined, motivated, record-breaking athlete. She is a two-time OHSAA state champion pole vaulter and a two-time OATCCC indoor state champion pole vaulter. Ally's winning vault at the OHSAA state competition in 2014 ranked her 6th in the nation and also was an Ohio All-State All-Division record. In 2014, she was named the Ohio Female Track and Field Athlete of the Year by Gatorade. In addition to her athletic accomplishments, Ally was an academic All-Big Ten Distinguished Scholar and a 3-time Ohio State Scholar Athlete. As of 2023, she is ranked as the 3rd highest vaulter in the OSU program's history. Ally is now married to pro volleyball player Nick Szerszen, has a beautiful daughter named Myra, a dog named Gucci, and they're expecting their 2nd child in December. They currently live in Poland, but expect to return to Ohio after Nick's volleyball career. Congratulations, Ally Simmons.
Our second inductee is Mike Popovich. Mike graduated from Fairless High School in 1985 and went on to the University of Akron, where he earned a Bachelor of Arts in Mass Media Communications. During his time at Fairless High School, Mike excelled academically and was a member of the National Honor Society. He started his media career as a member of the yearbook and newspaper staff. He became the newspaper editor his senior year. At the University of Akron, Mike reported for the Buckeye Light newspaper and was on Akron's WZIP radio station. Mike has covered sports as a reporter for the Canton Repository since 1990. He covered the Cavs during LeBron James' first 4 seasons in the NBA and has helped cover the Guardians in Ohio State. Mike has covered college teams at Malone, Walsh, and Mount Union. He has written about several Mount Union football national championship teams, and last season he covered the men's basketball team's trip to the national championship game. Mike is most known in Stark County for covering local high school athletics. Generations of local athletes have had their stories told by Mike, whose passion for storytelling started right here at Fairless High School. Congratulations, Mike Popovich.
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Michael Popovich for induction into the Hall of Honor. Mike Popovich and I were classmates. He was 2 years behind me, and he was from Navarre, so I knew him, but I didn't know him well. You see, Mike ran with the smart kids, the AP class type kids, and I didn't. We were both at the University of Akron in the mid to late 80s, but he was studying communications while I was in the business school, so our paths rarely crossed. So I chatted with him after he was nominated or inducted, notified of his induction. Mike said that when he learned he was selected, his mouth dropped. He was both stunned and humbled to be included with the distinguished members of the Hall of Honor. He has fond memories of his time at Fairless. He enjoyed being on the staff of the yearbook and editor of the Falcon Review, as well as participating in the Falcon Playhouse and being the statistician for many of the sports teams. Mostly, he remembers his camaraderie with his fellow students. Mike told me that the most rewarding part of his long career has been witnessing the hard work that athletes put in and seeing that pay off. And he referenced his co-inductee, Allyson Simmons, seeing her go from a freshman at Fairless High School to 2 state championships and then her career at the Ohio State University. I asked Mike, what advice would you have for somebody that was going to go into media today? He said 3 things. First, be willing to put in the hard work. Second, be able to adjust to a changing environment. And lastly, don't always cover the stories your editor suggests. Go out and find the stories. They're not just going to come to you. Now, all media, and especially sports media, has changed dramatically during Mike's career. He's adapted very well. If you follow him on Twitter, you know that. He's covered the Cavs, the Browns, the Guardians, all the local colleges. But in my view, his coverage of local high school athletes has defined his career. There are no other media source that really covers the local athletes the way Mike does. Now, I said earlier I don't know Mike very well, but I had a chance to watch him work while my daughters were athletes here at Fairless. And he's driven through snowstorms, to wrestling matches, to basketball games, and I've seen him stand in a 34-degree drizzle at the Stark County track meet. He's covered district, regional, state meets where you could get frostbite on one day and a sunburn on the next. And he's probably the only man I know that's eaten more concession stand food than I have. His stories have always been about the athletes he covers, but today the story's about Mike. I introduce Mr. Michael Popovich.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for having me here today and for this incredible honor. I'm truly grateful, especially to those who made this possible. I want to congratulate Allie and her family and continue to wish her all the best. I had a chance to follow Allie's great career, and she's truly one of the best athletes in any sport I have covered. And little did I know when I first met her when she was a freshman here that one day that we would both share this honor together. What an incredible building this is. I must admit, the first time I came in here to the open house, I was actually blown away by it. So nice, modern, spacious. At the open house, I went through it twice because I didn't want to leave. I remember watching the groundbreaking ceremony that they had a couple years ago, and it was a cold, snowy day. Everybody was bundled together under the tent, and it's just been fun watching it, grow to the finished product that it is. And everybody who made this building possible and created a nice, great home for future Falcons for generations to come should be congratulated. In my work, one thing a reporter does is you have to be fair and honest, play things down the middle, because you have to develop a trust with, readers, listeners, if you do broadcast media. You don't play favorites when it comes to athletes, coaches, schools, or whatever, and I've always tried to do that. But when I file a story, close the laptop, on stories I've written about people from here who have had great success, it still doesn't stop me from having a great sense of pride. I had a sense of pride when Allie won her state championships, when guys like Aaron Melbourne, Tyler Neff, Brody Pumneel, they won their state championships. Coach Sarbaugh, I remember him from when he was a player at North Canton Hoover. And he comes to my school, takes over the football program, and he leads them to back-to-back titles for the first time in over 40 years. And that was even before I even went to school here. I really enjoyed following those stories. And it's not just the athletics, it's the, things called Falcon Media. I never knew Falcon Media existed until a couple of years ago when one of their videos showed up under my recommendations on YouTube. And I started watching those, and I see how the kids really just have so much fun with it, and they're themselves and everything, and that's fun to watch. So for whatever successes you have here, I'm really happy for you. When I came to school here, my initial years, I was kind of a shy, reserved kid. And you're probably thinking, look, you're a reporter, how can you be shy, reserved? People talk all the time. But my classmates and teachers and getting involved in things really kind of helped me open up and see that anything is possible in life if you want to go for it. And what I would hope for all of you is a lot of success, and if you work hard, your dreams will come true like mine have. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. Congratulations, Mike. My honor to introduce Miss Allyson Simmons, Szerszen. And I'm not going to go into all her awards that she won at Fairless. I'm not going to go into a lot of the things that she did at Ohio State, because you've all read them, you've heard them, you've been told about them ever since Allyson was in school here. What I'm here to do more than that is to challenge the student body of Fairless, because to the best of my knowledge, and I may be wrong on this, but to the best of my knowledge, there's only been 2 athletes that went to Fairless and competed at Ohio State. And that's Allyson and, of course, Ted Provost. The student body, please don't think just because I go to Fairless I can't be found, because the dedication, the hard work that goes into your own efforts, people will notice you at Fairless. But just a few things about Allie. Boy, what an athlete. I mean, I got a little bit of background in the track and field myself, and one thing I've always been told was, if you had a good pole vaulter, that pole vaulter was by far the best athlete on your team. There's Joel Marchand sitting right there. You may argue with me. But no, phenomenal athlete, great accomplishments. And what a lot of people don't understand about Allie is that she accomplished this at Ohio State being cut 2 years short. She never competed after her sophomore year due to injuries. But I'm going to make it, I'm pretty sure I can say this, that Allie will tell you her greatest accomplishment at Ohio State was probably meeting her husband, Nick. And I hope someday they both can come back to Ohio. I'd like to bring the Simmons family up here right now. Brandon's going to speak on behalf of Allie, but the rest of the family can come up.
family and I are expecting our second child due in the next month, so I'm not able to travel at this time. But I wanted to send a quick message to extend my congratulations to Mike. It is an honor to be inducted alongside an individual who's so passionate and talented in their profession. Your work has personally given me tremendous amount of confidence and support, for which I am immensely grateful for. Once again, congratulations. And at this time, I'll turn the remainder of my speech over to my brother, Brandon. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I have a few words that Allie prepared for me to read to you all, and after that I will share my big brother side of things. Here are Allie's words. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to those who nominated me for this prestigious award. It is a privilege and a dream to be amongst the most inspirational individuals of our community. Additionally, I would like to thank my parents. They have been my unwavering support system throughout my journey. I owe all that I have accomplished to the two of you, and I apologize for not choosing a less stressful sport to watch. To my brothers, thank you for being my pillars of strength. I often tease that I am the rose between two thorns, but in all honesty, I wouldn't be the person I am today without the both of you. And on a side note, I think that must have been a typo. Certainly she did not call me a thorn in front of everybody. To the rest of my family and friends, I am grateful for your continuous love and support throughout my career. I would like to also take a moment to express my sincere gratitude to my coaches. Your unyielding encouragement, tireless dedication, and immeasurable faith in my abilities have played a key role in shaping me into the athlete that I am today. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Lastly, I want to express my appreciation to the Fairless community. I am proud to be a Falcon because of you. Many people are not aware that during my freshman year, I considered transferring to a Division I school because I was worried I couldn't achieve my dreams here at Fairless. Another Fairless alumnus gave me advice that he was given when he faced the same opportunity many years earlier. Bloom where you were planted. This quote is what kept me here at Fairless, where I was able to achieve my dreams and more. I can confidently say that I have accomplished everything I've ever dreamt of and more because of all of you. Forever a Falcon, thank you. Now, the big brother's perspective. So if there's any improper grammar, it's on me, not Allie. I knew I was going to have to do this because Allie, in her typical fashion, was going to give all of the credit to everyone but herself. The truth is that excellence always has a cost. Allie was excellent at pole vaulting. She changed girls pole vaulting in the state of Ohio forever, and that will never be taken away from her. But this certainly wasn't easy. It wasn't all the glamorous photos and well-written Mike Popovich articles you saw in the newspaper. Allie sacrificed a lot, more than most of us would ever be willing to. Allie was misunderstood in high school. She had a great group of friends that she loved dearly and still does to this day, but Allie wasn't able to be around as much as she would have liked because of what she felt called to do. While most of us were hanging out with friends, Allie was working out. When we were going to dinner, Allie was going to practice. When it was time for us to swim and play, it was time for Allie to do pole vaulting drills. When most people were going to the movies, Allie was breaking down film with our dad and her coach, Darren Eamer. When we ate junk food, Allie maintained a strict diet. And when we laughed and joked around, Allie prayed and prepared for the task that was at hand. Allie's life from the outside has always looked so effortless and natural, but it's been anything but that. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Nothing has been given to her. Allie's worked hard for every single thing she has ever achieved. Nothing has come easy, but she's always worked until it looked easy. These habits that she has developed throughout the course of her life and mastered during her years as a pole vaulter are still pushing her to greatness this day. Like I said earlier, the mark that Allie left on Ohio pole vaulting will never be forgotten. But when it's all said and done, Allie will be remembered more for who she is outside of pole vault. The hard work, the sacrifice, the preparation, the always going the extra mile that Allie is capable of make her a Hall of Fame mother. She is also a Hall of Fame wife, a Hall of Fame sister, daughter, cousin, friend, teacher, mentor, and so much more. Allie has Hall of Fame character, and that's what she will be remembered for. Now, directed to the kids. Greatness in sports is awesome, but if you lose yourself along the way, it amounts to nothing. You have the privilege of witnessing two people today that are second to none in their fields, but even better people outside of their profession. Always remember that your character matters more than any record or accolade. If you keep that in mind, greatness will naturally follow. Allie wasn't born with a pole vault pole in her hand. She really didn't try it to the end of her 8th grade track season. Don't think that you missed your chance to be great. You didn't. You just have to be willing to sacrifice. Also, always follow the spirit inside of you. Believe it or not, Allie was actually discouraged from pole vaulting initially because she was a great mid-distance runner, and pole vault was seen as a distraction. However, she was persistent with following what she felt called to, and the rest is history. Lastly, Allie would want you to know that God has created each and every single one of you for greatness. Each of you has a unique purpose based on your gifts and abilities that is just waiting to be discovered. Pursue this relentlessly. Your purpose may not be in athletics or in journalism, but don't lose faith because you are made for more. If you don't know exactly what that means yet, that's okay. Focus on your character and surround yourself with people that lift you up instead of drag you down. You will find your purpose and you will achieve greatness. In honor of the words that kept Allie in Fairless and helped her soar to excellence, we will close with this statement: bloom wherever you are planted. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mike and Allyson. Thank you to the family and guests for being here today. Students, thank you for your attentiveness during our ceremony today. I hope that you were all able to see that great things can happen when you dream big. When we talk about soaring to excellence, this is what we mean. Both of our inductees today shared some common characteristics. They had a goal. They were willing to work for it. They persevered through hard times. They stuck with their plan, relied on others all along the way. Each inductee here today represents a life of service to others to help make the world a better place. I want to point out some words that were spoken that stood out to me as I listened today. Character, appreciation, faith, dreams, privilege, humility, service, hard work, dedication, passion, trust, pride, gratitude. Those aren't just words. Those are words to live by. Those are actions we take to achieve our dreams. So students, as we leave here today, I hope you can reflect on the stories you've heard, apply them to your own life, dream big, work for your dream, and realize you can get anywhere you want to go in this world from right here in Fairless, Ohio. Thank you. Now, please stand for the Alma Mater. time. Staff and students, you can start to dismiss as the band plays their final song. Inductees and honored guests, please stay while the band plays, and then we will dismiss to the cafeteria for refreshments and fellowship. Thank you again.